Okay, today doing something a little different. I'm doing Lockheed Martin's Prepared. The ED is a 3, gee, clever. But yeah, it's supposed to be pretty realistic. I've only had it since the weekend. No, I didn't pay $2,300. I paid $20 to become a developer for 1 month. As you can see, with me developer's license. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to be renewing it. There's just a couple of things. I think other simulators do better. Like we all know, I use the VR, and these things, the Oculus Touch, are useless. Like in DCS World, I just flick switches, do what I have to do. But yeah, no, this it's all mouse, and to reach for the mouse, I got to look through a little slit between my nose and the eyepiece. um, Also, complete lack of online. Like there is online, but there's no one in it. Um, I don't know what to say about that. This isn't a game. It's Lockheed Martin. It's you get discounts if you're I don't know, somehow prove that you're a pilot in training. Uh, but for the version that has multiplayer is the Pro Plus version. That's $2,300 US. That might explain the lack of online. Anyway, one thing that impresses me is the uh the scenery. Like the maps are just crazy accurate. Like you couldn't pinpoint your house or anything, but I can pick out suburbs. I live in Melbourne. We're going to be taking off here from the Essendon Airport. That's you can drive from the Melbourne International Airport to this one in 10 minutes, so it's a quick flight to here. Uh, yeah. Anyway, what plane am I in? I don't even know. I'm in the Mooney Acclaim with a G100. Yeah. So anyway, switch this over to virtual reality. I didn't realize I had my mic muted then. Flipped up. Whoa, 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 fuck, fuck, fuck. I wasn't ready. Alright, so I've got it kind of set to local time. Anyway, let's have a fly around Melbourne. I don't really use GPS or anything while I'm just flying around Melbourne. Like, you just, I don't know, my local area. The accuracy is pretty cool. We'll get up in the air and I'll show you. Flaps up. Landing gear up. Okay. Which way are we going? Alright, we don't want to go north. Oh, that's not what we wanted to do. How do I fix that? That'll do. Okay. Now that's Essendon that we just took off from. Fuck. And that's Tullamarine. That's how close it is. And yeah, in real life. I work around here. Well, I drive a truck. My depot's around here. Needs a bit more trim. I don't want to go too high. We're sightseeing. There's the city. That's a little window. We'll just stick our head through it. Now, our city is bigger than that. It's a representation of the skyline. Like I can't really identify any buildings. But that's where our city is in relation to Port Phillip Bay there. What the fuck's with this trim? There we go. There we go. What's that little mini city next to the city? Is that Docklands or? So instantly, as soon as you get up in the air, you recognise the horizon. Like when there's no buildings in the way and you're driving on the freeway. Why do I have to keep trimming down? Out east. That is the mountain ranges you can see with the Dandenongs and all that. Now this is the one that blew me away. It's the Yuyangs. Now they're called the Yuyangs because they're something like, I heard this of another guy, not anyone that would probably know 100%. But it's not called Mount Yuyang because it's like 50 foot too short. I kind of live near there. Well, when I say kinda, you can see it easily from where I live. I live, no, that's the city. Okay, that would be the Laverton Air Base directly in front of me. I can't point with these are useless in this. You've actually got to use the mouse. Then directly in front of me you got the Point Cook Air Base. So I'm not even reading this off the GPS. This is just my local city. I've lived here my whole life. Now those dark rays things over there are the Yu-Yangs. And from this angle they're not really recognisable, but if you come down a bit lower... Yeah, I know. What the fuck did I crash into? And it automatically takes me to the F-22 or F-35. That was really fucking weird. I was at least still 1,000 feet in the air. Okay, definitely not renewing this. Alright. That was really disheartening. That's one hell of a fucking bug. That was bad. So we'll go new scenario. Go up in the same plane. Nah, maybe something a bit quicker. Maybe. Now this is mainly for civilian sort of training, but there, because it's Lockheed Martin, of course there is the F-22 and the new F-35. Where is it? I want to be in the same plane. I don't know why when you crash it does that as well. It doesn't just take it to, I don't know, where you left off, rather than having to start a whole new scenery. Yeah, I like that paint job. Airport. YMAV. We'll start off from Avalon. Reset to system time. Yeah. We'll say they're a little bit off with that. Daylight savings where I live. Oh shit. Pull the rudder back before it takes off. Oh wow. Hang on, let's see if I recognise the night sky. Yeah, get me head out of this window here. I'm gonna have to say not really. Which way am I facing? Yeah, not at all. Does look cool, eh? But that is not what the sky looks like in the southern hemisphere. For starters, I wish I could see that bloody many stars here in the city. I digress. Where am I? Avalon. Bit of pedal, bit of pedal. Clutch up, gear up. There we go. Now, I stay at this altitude, because that is exactly what the Yangs look like. 3 granite peaks. When I go up in the air, look, I don't recognise it. But I don't know, I just thought that was pretty cool, because so, around the Yangs here, there is, well, I'm not going to point it out, there's, you can't see my hands in the screen, but there's lots of things. There's a shooting range, what's it called, paintball, thingy, all sorts of things. I'm kind of scared to fly at low altitude in case I crash into invisible walls. Yep. Back on the throttle a bit, I don't want to burn all my fuel. Yeah, the one thing letting this simulator down is there's just no hand controllers, it's just the mouse. Is that a CD player? Yeah, I don't know how to zoom in. I'm sure there is a button. Oh, another thing I also don't like about this is you can't set a modifier button. Like every button, if you're going to make shortcuts onto your HOTAS or your joystick or something, you can't make a modifier. What the fuck was that? I really don't know what happened there. It just popped up wanting me to save the scenario. I don't know what I did. The best I can do with this is I haven't activated it. But I can look at a button. A lot of the dashboard isn't usable. Battery switch on and all that. I can DCS every single one of these is usable, and you operate it just as you would. I guess just as you would. So, yeah, I'm impressed with scenery. Apparently X-Plane is probably better than this graphically and in every other way, shape or form, and price. It also has a free Australia DLC, so I don't know how many Australian airports it has, but this one has a lot. I thought that was impressive. Okay, over here would be the city of Geelong, and just on the other side of that water there's like the Bellarine Peninsula. Okay, trim that. The other side of the U-Gangs. I'll have to go into the settings. This got a bit of dead zone set to the stick. I don't know if it's got a little bit turned on by default, but yeah, I've got to pull it like at least 10% before it does anything. Really? At this altitude? Yeah, I flicked the chemtrail switch for you conspiracy nuts. What's my ultra? I'm gonna hit my face on the steering wheel. I've done that before, that's... I don't know if I'm at 2,700 feet or 2,800 meters. Where do we want to land? Back to Avalon. I haven't worked out how to use my comms or anything. Should I just go for it or go for a better pattern altitude? We're going for some... Fuck it, I'm going for it. I really don't think I... Why am I getting... Oh, I suppose it is... evening. I don't know. It mustn't be going off our weather because it's... Well, I don't have the heater on. I'm just in a t-shirt. I don't know what the weather is, but it's comfortable. I've been flying the Huey too much. I keep going to trim like I'm in a helicopter. Just keep getting it. Click, click, enter, click. Oh shit, landing gear would help. Some flaps would be good. Real men don't use ILS. Oh, don't tell me too slow. Hang on, is that 2 runways? Why have I got green lights? I don't know, I haven't asked for permission to land. I assume it would apply to me. Trim. Too much trim. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I'll come in a bit straighter. Oh, a little bit of crosswind. Oh, too low. It's hard to see over the bonnet. Maybe I need to sit on some phone books. Fuck, rudder, get it. That's better. Now, what the fuck's my brakes? That one. There we go. Yeah, I gotta say, not really impressed with this. Just with what it doesn't have. Anyway, I'll leave that there. Because, yeah, I will definitely be letting this go, and I don't know, next time Steam has a sale, I'll get X-Plane 11. Exit. Yeah, well, I was expecting a lot more, considering the full ownership. of it is 2,300 US dollars. I thought the graphics could be a bit better. I thought a lot of things. Oculus Touch definitely needs to come in. I know if there's people watching, they'll say there's that. Called? It's a program that does it. Fly Inside. Um, it doesn't work for version 4.4. Only 4.3. Yeah. But it's still fun to fly around Melbourne. I'll give it 2 thumbs up for that. Just because I get to fly around my home city. There's like a dozen airports. Like we didn't even go over the eastern suburbs or even the northern. We just stayed over the northwest and outer west, I guess you'd call it. Yeah. Alright, I'll leave it there.